Hello and welcome to another AIC production video. Today I wanted to take a few moments and talk about keeping time, or specifically the devices I've used to keep time. So right now I have my iPhone SE, just a basic smartphone. It tells me the time, the date, if I have alarms, notifications, appointments, all that is done through my phone. It's great, I love it. And I've always kind of had something like this. When I was a teenager, I had this, which is my Palm. Well, this is an M105. I have an M100. In fact, I still have the M100. It's just in rougher condition than this 105 I got a few months ago. But as you can see, you push the button, it tells you the time and the date, and if you power it on, then you get other notifications. I don't have this configured right now or set up at all. I just have it for nostalgic reasons, but it kind of performed the same function. So when I went out and bought my first real watch, now growing up I always had a Casio watch. I did a lot of swimming. I was a competitive swimmer, and so I had a waterproof watch, a Casio, that I bought at Walmart for not a lot of money as a young person. But then when I got my first real big boy job, I was making real big boy money, I bought my first watch, and I have it. I still have it somewhere, I just can't find it. But it was a watch very similar to this. It was a Fossil. Had a different design. This was one I bought probably about 15 years ago after I was already quote-unquote an adult. And I wore this one for a little while until a lady friend that I really liked told me it was old and outdated and unfashionable. And I quit wearing a watch entirely. Just because, I mean, at that point I was carrying around a cell phone. And so this is one of my older phones. Time on it, oh, that is correct. So, you know, older cell phone, and it would tell me the time. And so I didn't need a watch because I had a timepiece on me at all times in my pocket. But more recently, I've gotten back into the fashion of wearing watches. But a watch like this, first of all, I've had it for forever. Ugh. And I've gained a little bit of weight since I was a teenager in my mid-20s. So, and I've lost the extra links. I don't know where they are, so I can't make this band any bigger. And I wanted something a little bit more modern, and something that was definitely higher. I don't know if I would say higher fashion, but it's something that has more of a fashion and purpose than keeping time. Simply because I have a timepiece that's far more accurate than any watch would be. So I'll show you a website here real quick. This is a website that I have visited on and off over the years and have completely been enthralled with their wares. The website is TokyoFlash.com, and they sell watches, and they sell crazy designed watches that, while they technically, some of them tell time, some are obviously more timepieces than others. Like this one, you know, it tells the hours here and the minutes down here. Other ones are more crazy, like this one and this one, that are more puzzles than actual timepieces. They do tell the time, but you kind of have to know the code, you could say. They also have fun designs in that, like these ones are made out of wood, and so a little bit different materials there than what you typically find on a watch, but they also have stainless steel ones or whatnot. And so, like I said, I have come to this website and drooled over watches for years, but I've never found one that I just absolutely had to have. I found their designs to either be too simple to tell the time, and I didn't want a wooden one because I don't think it would last very long. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong on that. I didn't want a leather one for a similar reason. I've had leather straps on my watches and they just don't last very long for me. So I wanted a metal one. I wanted one that was interesting but wasn't too difficult to tell the time on. And recently they came out with this one, the F Turbo. I went ahead and ordered it, and it just arrived today. Here is the watch, and we'll talk about the watch in just a second. This is the box it came in. Obviously it came in more packaging than this, but this is the box. And so, Tokyo Flash Japan. I don't know what that says. So that's the box. And then this is the box inside the box. Kisai. And it says think, but if you open that up it says change the way you think about time. It's a pretty flash box. I wish it wasn't cardboard. I wish it was a metal box for how much you pay for it. And then the watch just came around this piece of foam, and in that came also the instruction manual, which I'll show you here. This came with a little warranty card, Tokyo Flash, and here's the instruction manual. It's very basic, very simple instruction manual on how to tell the time. We'll go over that here in just a second. Now, it says C-Hope Ltd. I'm not quite sure the relationship between Tokyo Flash, Kisai, and C-Hope. I think C-Hope is the manufacturer, the actual manufacturer. Kisai is the name brand, and Tokyo Flash is the website seller for these watches. You can't find a Kisai unless it's used or whatever, other than on Tokyo Flash. But Skyhope does sell other watches, but they're different design than what's on Tokyo Flash. So I don't know the relationship, but that's what it is. The watches that they sell are actually more expensive than a lot of the ones on Tokyo Flash, so I'm thinking they're just a manufacturer that sells the designs or manufactures designs. But anyways, this is the F Turbo. It is a stainless steel watch. It is an LED watch, or LCD watch, excuse me. And so how it works, and trying to get it to come up on the camera, if I do that, yeah. So how it works is these are the hours, these are the minutes. So in each of these smaller circles, there is, you can see the halves. And so each one of these counts for up to 2 hours. So if it's down here, these are not filled in at all, and so these are not counted. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so both of those are there. So right now it is 8:26 according to my computer. These are the minutes. So each completed circle counts for 10 minutes, and then there's 10 pieces of the pie. So you have 10, 20, and then 6 pieces filled in. I believe that's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. So that's 6 pieces filled in. So it's 8:26. And I have to keep turning on the light just because the camera's not picking up. It's not too bad to see if there's enough light. The minutes are really easy to see. The hours are a little bit harder to see unless you have good light, but the backlight does a decent job of picking up. It's just because the light's reflecting off the stainless steel, so the camera's focus is weird. But yeah, I find it to be not too difficult. Down here, this blinking pie is the seconds. To set the time, you have the B and A button. You push this once, and the hours start blinking, and you push the A to go through till you hit the hours. You push it again to set the minutes, and you push this to go to the minutes, and then you push this to actually select the minutes. You push it again, and then you're good. This watch does not have an alarm, doesn't have a timer, doesn't have a calendar. It's just telling the time, which I'm perfectly okay with, because once again, if I need to know the time, alarms, anything like that, I have my cell phone. So this is truly a fashion piece that does one function of telling time, kind of. The great thing about this is it really stands out on your wrist. I'll put it on in just a second. I was kind of worried about this overall shape being comfortable, and it's perfectly fine. It fits on my wrist and is perfectly comfortable on my wrist. So I'd say I have a medium-sized wrist, not overly large, but also not small either. So I may take a link out, I may not. It's a little loose right out of the box for me. You won't want to have a huge wrist and wear this watch, but it definitely stands out on your wrist. It looks different. I went out to pick up some dinner. Today was my son's birthday. I went out to pick up some dinner that he requested for his birthday. And while I was waiting in line to get the food, I had one person, it was kind of funny, he kind of sidled up next to me, was kind of standing there, kept staring at my watch. I could tell he was getting up the courage to ask me about it. And he finally did. He's like, "What is that? Is that like a timer for a bomb or something?" I'm like, "No, it's just a watch. Just tells the time." And I showed him how to read the time, and he thought it was really cool. But then my food showed up and I had to leave. Yeah, it definitely, for the very short time I've had it, I just got it today, it's already gotten a lot of attention. Which I think is exactly what a watch like this is for. We have so many devices that tell us our time. It really is for the fashion, and that's why I picked this one. Any one of these from Tokyo Flash, you know, they definitely stand out. Definitely are something that you are meant to be seen and not just used as a timepiece. And definitely are unique, I think. You know, you're not going to see a lot of other people wearing a watch like this just about anywhere. Anyways, if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section down below. Do my best to answer those, and I hope you have an amazing day.